Hi, I'm Zach from Garden Theory. We're going to talk about three simple ways that you can create a stunning container garden. So our first step is to have a large variety of different textures, shapes, and sizes. You'll see this often at garden centers, but typically my basic rundown is to have something that has a little bit of height, have something that is trailing, and something to fill in as a mass. Those are kind of your three basic, I would say, principles of different shapes that you want to look in a container, as well as the rule of thirds. And essentially, what that is that your plants, if you're looking at your pot and flowers from the side, your plants should either take up 1/3 of that total height, or it should take 2/3 and the pot 1/3. But that helps to create a better sense of harmony with the pot that the plants are in. And my second tip is going to be to have a consistent color palette. And this could be something that matches with the existing color palette of your landscape. But I would recommend mostly simple colors when it comes to a container, since you're most likely only working with 1 to 3 or 4 colors. So that could be anything from pink and white and blue. I would stick to a simple color scheme. You could do multiple colors to create kind of a more confetti type look. But for a more kind of elegant or formal arrangement, I would probably stick with 1 or 2 colors. I would also recommend different textures of flower. And what I mean by this, it would be like having petunias would create a really nice mat of flowers. But you could have something like Angelonia poke out, but be the same kind of rough color of pink. So that way you have different textures going on. You can also try different grasses, like you can try papyrus or like purple fountain grass, something like that. Although try to be mindful of the size of the plants to the size of the container. The bigger the container, the bigger plants that you can have. So my third tip for container gardening is watering. And I mention this because you want to have a game plan with watering these guys since they dry out a little bit quicker. And there's a couple methods you can have. Obviously, you can hand water these, probably at least 3 times a week, I would say, so they're not drying out completely. Or you can use a drip hose. You can get some spaghetti tubing, is what it's called, with a little emitter. And you can hook that up either to an irrigation system that you already have, or I suppose you could hook it up to a hose, although I don't know how efficient that would be. But typically they're hooked up to a drip irrigation system, and you just line the spaghetti hose. You can hook it right into your drip irrigation system, and then the emitter will automatically give it how much water. Usually they're like a gallon per minute or something like that. But that's usually the best way. That way, if you're on vacation, you can just turn on your irrigation while you're gone. And if you want to learn more about how to create color palettes, I did a whole video just recently this past week, talking about how to create beautiful color palettes. So go watch that video. It'll be linked at the end of this clip. And thank you for watching Garden Theory.